So I just sent everything down to the medical underwriters. Okay. It's going to usually take them about 30 to 40 seconds for them to just reach back out to me. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and explain what I'm going to go ahead and send out to you. Now, you probably haven't heard of this company before. They're pretty exclusive. But you tell me, have you ever heard of Combined Insurance before?
No.
No, gotcha. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, they've been around since 1922. Okay, so that's over 100 years. They work specifically with the veterans and, senior citizens who receive fixed incomes. Okay, like for example, like disability, social security. Okay, so they're very price friendly. Okay, it's very affordable. Now, on top of that as well, I don't know if you know what the Better Business Bureau is, but they are rated A plus, which basically means it's essentially if you were to have a perfect credit score. Personally, I'm not there yet, but I'm working towards it. Now they also specialize in the whole life policy. Have you ever heard of that before, Joe?
Yeah, I've heard of whole life.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so let me just give you a brief refresher on it because it works just a little bit different with this company. So obviously with the whole life, right? It's gonna be for your whole life. It's in the name, so it doesn't matter when, how, where you die. Even let's say you reach the age of 200, right? You're still gonna have access to this policy. Now, you also have something called a paid up option. Okay. So basically, what that means is you just pay for this policy for 10 years. 10 years. It's going to become a free policy for you moving forward. So you don't even have to spend a single penny more. Okay. After 10 years. Now, also, God forbid something were to happen to you, it does pay out right away within 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Now, your beneficiary is not going to have to worry about setting up a GoFundMe, asking the community to help get it paid for, nothing like that, okay? Because other companies, I'm sure it usually takes about 2 to 6 months. I'm sure you've seen the horror stories on Facebook with the GoFundMes, right, Joe?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, yeah. So like this company eliminates all that. It's going to pay out right away within 24 to 48 hours. Now, also the living benefit. Did you know you were entitled to a living benefit through combined insurance?
No, man, what's that?
Oh my gosh, Joe. This is kind of where it gets a little bit spicy here. Okay. So, with the living benefit, now I'm going to need you to pay close attention. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, with the life insurance, when the whole life, it grows at a fixed 4% interest rate. Okay. That compounds for you month after month, year after year. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why is it compounding at that 4% interest rate? Well, great question. I'm sure you know what inflation is, right, Joe?
Yes.
Right. I think my 2-year-old boy could give you a brief lesson on inflation nowadays. Okay. That's the price of everything growing on a yearly basis around 4 to 7%, making everything double usually every 10 years. Now, combined insurance, they started to realize a lot of families that, receive fixed income, right? They're usually living paycheck to paycheck. It's hard. It's so hard to keep up with the economy. So they started to make sure that all the investment you put in your whole life keeps up with inflation. So the money you put in on a monthly basis, okay, is never losing its value. So you never have to revisit this ever again, no matter how much money you put into it, because you're going to have enough by the time you reach average life expectancy. Now, also, let's say, God forbid, you end up in a financial bind, right? You need to go ahead and maybe pay your light bill or, medications or hospital fees or, maybe you want to say, F it, let's go ahead and take a trip to Cabo. You can go ahead and do that as well. Best thing about it, okay, it's tax free. All the money that you put into it, it's basically your money. You don't owe a single penny to Uncle Sam. This is one of the only investment vehicles in the United States where Uncle Sam can't touch. And even better, this isn't like a credit card. You don't owe any money back to this company. Like I said, it's basically like your savings account. Except, why don't you just call it like a supercharged savings account? So essentially, it's going to be three things for you. It's a 3-in-1 policy. It's going to be an investment account, savings account, and also a life insurance policy for you that you're going to have for the rest of your life. It's never going to leave you. Okay. So that's basically the whole life part. Any questions on that, Joe?
No.
Perfect. Okay. Because good news. Okay. I actually just got back from the medical underwriters. You were able to go ahead and get qualified for something like this. Okay. You actually qualify for three options: your platinum, gold, and your silver. Now, Joe, this is big news. Okay. Because usually 4 out of the 10 families that I speak with are only able to go ahead and qualify for something like this. So it's it's a blessing. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with that silver. All right, let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Alrighty, so this is going to be the bare minimum of what you're gonna need by the time you reach average life expectancy, Joe. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? If you were really looking forward to using this as a savings account or investment account, this isn't gonna be the option for you. It's really just to take care of the bare minimum of what you're gonna need by the time you reach average life expectancy. For us men, it's around 80 to 85 years old. Okay, so this is going to be $10,000 in that whole life, essentially having $10,000 in your savings account. And this came out to a monthly investment of $53 a month.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me know when you're ready for the gold.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So this is going to be your nationally recommended amount for your age and your health bracket. Now, this is really going to cover all the bases for you. Now, after hearing everything on the phone with you, for the past 20 minutes, this is probably going to be the option for you. So with this 20,000, it's really going to take care of all the funeral and final expenses, including inflation, and also you're going to be able to use this as an investment account. Okay, you get to pull from it, and on top of that, it's going to leave a little bit of a present behind to the family. Okay, now this came out to a monthly investment of $112 a month. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me know when you're ready for your platinum.
I'm ready.
Okay, now Joe, I don't want you to be scared, okay? This is just the maximum you qualify for. I just like to tell everybody, the maximum, because who doesn't want to know, right? So this is really going to be for the family that really want like a six-figure payout, right? They really want to take advantage of, the investment while they're still alive. And I'm not going to lie. This is going to be for the family that do have a lot of wisdom, who understand it's a long-term solution, not a short-term fix. Now, this is basically like a home run for you, okay? It's really going to give you that peace of mind that everything's going to be taken care of no matter what expenses you have. And also, okay, it's going to leave a ton of money behind to the family as well, as a very, very huge thank you gift. Now, with the six-figure payout, it is going to be a monthly investment of $250 a month, okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So one last thing before I let you choose, okay? This is all member-owned controlled. So basically what that means is let's say you want that home run. That's what you're feeling right now. We can go ahead and do that, but let's say later down the line it becomes way too financially uncomfortable. You can give me a call, Joe, and be like, Jay, you know what? This month it ain't gonna work. Let's go ahead and bump back down to that silver. We can go ahead and do that. Or, vice versa. Now, I don't know how how well your luck is, but mine's not too great. Let's say, let's just start with the silver for now. The next day you win $1 million lottery ticket. Joe, please do not forget about me. Okay. You can go ahead and give me a call and, give me half of that and then say, Jay, let's go ahead and bump that ass back to platinum, or, let's go ahead and see what maximum that I also qualify for. We can go ahead and do that as well. But Joe, I need you to be completely honest with me. I don't want you to lie. Okay. Obviously platinum's, the best option, right? But if it's not financially, affordable, I don't want you doing it. Okay. So you tell me, out of these three options, which one makes the most sense, but keeping it the most comfortable for you? Be honest.
The silver.
The silver. Okay. So you're absolutely sure for that 10,000, that 54, that is absolutely comfortable for you.
Yes.
100%, Joe.
Yes.
Okay. Well, later down the line, you're going to have my number. So if you ever want to go ahead and, change anything, or, you don't even got to call me just for life insurance, Joe. If you have any, like, if you're bored and, you feel lonely, you need somebody to talk to, you can always give me a call too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here, I'll go ahead and fill out this application for you just so that we're able to go ahead and send it out to you. And I'm filling out the application.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. Nah, it's amazing. That's great. Nah, it's great. I'm gonna end the recording right quick.